Rights to freedom is dead. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started, please make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. We're on our way to 10K. Thanks to you all, everything that you guys do, I appreciate it very much. Now, I made a video about Travis and his situation with a lot of the divestors being upset, being mad, being hurt. So if you guys have not seen that, you guys definitely want to go back and you want to check that out. But after this, don't click off on this, go back afterwards and you check that out then. Now, the thing is that his ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, has come out on Instagram and made a letter to Black women, which is like a video / podcast thing like that. That's what she's made, which ultimately is not like no problem. And I'm gonna say this, even though we say I'm Black first, and I am Black first 100% all the way through and through, I can understand how it is important for Black women to have like a safe space, to have their own type of conversations about what happens uniquely to them. The same way that's important for Black men to have. Black men need to have a thing where we can talk and get understanding about things that pertain uniquely to us. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not done with the intention of trying to separate Black men from Black women, as long as it's not done with the intention of trying to segregate and section off your issues, or to even make your issues seem like it's more significant than the issues of the opposite gender, the opposite. So you don't, as long as it's not done in that sense, I don't have a issue with it. As long as it's done from like a Black first route, then that can be necessary. So in this thing, she's having this letter to Black women, and a lot of people feel some type of way about it, really because she has not been known to do this. This is not really her brand. This is not really her take on things. So she's not known to do this, and it's coming out like, okay, now you're trying to be this pro-Black girl and talk about Black girl issues as if you represent the average Black girl. But the thing is that you are with this white dude, and your experiences that's the foundation for this video. So that's why people are kind of calling cap on this. So we're going to play it and we're going to talk about it. We're going to really break this down because there's a nuance to this conversation.
Hey guys, Kayla here. It's always been really important for me to use my platform not to create division, but to elevate and unite women, Black women specifically. So I prepared a letter and would like to share it with you today.
Okay, my thing is, Kayla says it's important for me to use my platform to uplift women first. She said women first, then she said Black women. So I went through her Instagram, because this is where this comes from. I went through her Instagram, and I will give her credit. She did say some stuff about Black issues, about racism during the George Floyd protests in 2020. She was saying that. It was a few posts. I'll give her credit for that, but almost all of her posts is about her modeling and her fitness and everything, which is fine, all right? I'm not saying that you have to be posting about Black issues and Black empowerment all the time or even half the time. I'm not saying that if you're a model, you can't, say something about Black people's issues if that's not what you're known for. Everybody does not have to be an activist. I'm not saying that, and I'm giving her credit for that. I think it's inaccurate for her to say that I use my platform. It's important for me to use my platform to uplift women, especially Black women, when that's not really what you've used your platform to do. So I think that's inaccurate, because the last you said about Black issues was 3 years ago, and giving you your credit for that, that was 3 years ago during a time when everybody was talking about that. So I think it's inaccurate to advertise your platform like that.
Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love.
Okay, come on. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. The thing is that you fell in love with a white football player. You fell in love with a white man, All right. Now, if that's what y'all want to do, then that's fine. But don't come out here and act like you're the face or representative of black women, because most black women ain't out here in relationships with white dudes falling in love. So don't market what you're going through as if this is something typical that black women have to go through. That's your decision. Nobody called you a traitor or anything like that, or nobody would have done any of that if you fell in love with a black football player or a black athlete, but you dated outside your race. So don't make it seem like I just fell in love and people just hate black women for falling in love. That's not the truth. I don't like the way you're saying that. Because when black men date outside their race, it's met with the same amount of scrutiny, if not more. Black men have been called sellouts for dating out for years. It's only recently in the last few years or so where people are calling black women bed wenches for dating out. That's been a recent thing. People don't understand. For decades, black men have been called selling out for dating out, or whatever the case is. And I'm not defending any interracial swirling, dating, anything. I'm not here to defend any of it, but I'm trying to say, don't market this as black women, when you fall in love, everybody's just gonna hate you. That's not the case. This is what happens when a black person deliberately steps outside their race to date anybody.
You'll hope the ones closest will protect you, but you will quickly find out that people don't protect what they don't value. They'll say you're too much, too provocative, too boisterous, too outspoken, and in the same breath tell you that you're not enough, not successful enough, not wholesome enough, maybe not even intelligent enough. They'll say you deserve the backlash and embarrassment. Because of your blackness, you should have known better.
I mean, that's kind of true. You dated a white dude and he left you and got with a white woman. We've been saying for the longest time, white people don't have this love and affection that they pretend to have for black people. They'll date black people, they'll sleep with black people, and that's it. When it's time to make a lifelong commitmentship and build generational wealth, they're going to go back to their community. This is something not just when it comes to black women, but black men too. They look at us as fetishes, which is why it's wise not to fall in love with them. So that's why people are saying, okay, well, you should have known better. Nobody is saying you deserve to be embarrassed. You don't deserve to be embarrassed. But the fact that people are out like, oh my God, how could this happen? How could he make that decision? Black men and black women were like, well, I mean, he's white. What did you expect? You're black. You should have known better than that. Black men and black women were saying that.
They'll even try to tie your value to your net worth.
And like I've been saying, I don't like the way she's conveying this message. I don't like the intent behind this message because it's very inaccurate. It's very dishonest. What the situation was with the net worth is people were saying, well, Taylor Swift have way more money than she does. So why would Kelce not go with Taylor Swift? Now, I looked up her net worth. It's $2 million, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. And then I looked up Taylor Swift and it's $7,040,000. That's a lot bigger. But the thing is, the net worth really doesn't have too much to do with it. It's the race. That's what it is. It's not the fact that Kayla was broke. It's not that at all. The thing is that Kayla is not white and Taylor Swift is white. And at the end of the day, he's going to be with a white woman when it's time to make big power decisions. When it's time to start making that generational wealth start rolling in, he's going to be with a white woman. He's not going to be with a black woman. If the net worth was reversed, he still would have left her. He still would have left her. Even if her net worth was 100 times bigger, he would have left her for a white woman because he has loyalty to the race. So it's not about the fact that Taylor Swift has a lot bigger net worth. Some people are saying she's a billionaire. She's not a billionaire. She has a lot of money. She's not a billionaire, though. But even if she was, if Taylor Swift was black, he wouldn't be with her at the end of the day when it's time to make that generational wealth because he has racial loyalty.
But black girl, please remember your value lies elsewhere. Your value is deep within your heart, the way you love, the way you give. Your value is in your resilience, your willingness to forgive, the way you protect what means most to you, even if it hurts you along the way, and the way you stand up for what means most to you, even though they may not ever do the same.
Okay, what does that mean? Even though they might not ever do the same. Like, I understand this is supposed to be like a poetic letter, and you're supposed to like really like take what you need from it. So it's not like plain and simple. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. It's supposed to be poetic, but what does you defend what means most to you, even though they might not do the same? Who is they? Is she referring to black men? I hope not, because this situation doesn't have anything to do with black men, even though black men are being blamed for this. And we're going to get to that later.
But Black girl, respectfully, let me stop you there, because you don't have to participate in this tumultuous, often one-sided journey. Preserve your heart. Even when they try to quantify your character and test your boundaries, you do not have to engage. You do not have to respond, because there is power in your silence. And you can use that same power to silence the noise and the self-doubt. Silence the voices within that want you to give in to this demoralizing and antiquated narrative. Tap into that power. Because I know, girl, the rage of the world is loud. But Black girl, your God is louder, and your tribe is stronger.
My thing is not that I have an issue with the message necessarily, even though I think it's a little extra and a little vague, but okay, because it's supposed to be poetic. Okay, fine. My thing is the whole reasoning and intent and foundation behind this. This is because she was dating a white dude, and while she was dating him, it was never nothing about black girl magic, black girl strength. It wasn't about that. Then when she breaks up with him, or when he breaks up with her and starts dating Taylor Swift, now she's going to come out and she's going to be like, black girl, don't we have to deal with all this pressure and all this strain and all of the world's problems, and they're going to tell you you're not enough, and black girl and black girl and black girl. Like, I don't like when people do this, when they get into interracial relationships, whether it's black women or black men, because I'm not even discriminating about the swirler mindset. But when they get into interracial relationships and you send up there dating a white dude and ain't got nothing to say about black issues the entire time, and then when you break up and now you're not with him anymore, and now you want to get on a podcast or make a video talking about black girl, black girl, black girl, like you're the representative of black girls. You were not doing this when you were dating him. So the intent behind this video is not really to uplift black women. Now, you're not the representative and you're not the face of black women.
Your blood runs deeper and is filled with strength. And when you finally find the strength to speak your truth, it is your voice that will help heal. Because Black girl, let me tell you, you're not in this alone. And even though sometimes I too ask, why me? I'm reminded that this isn't just about me. This isn't just my story, a singular experience. My truth, trauma, and vulnerability is a relatable part of the human experience.
Not really. I mean, unless you're referring to some other situation that most people go through, this situation most people don't go through. Most black women don't go through. So unless you're talking about something else, or unless you're talking about pain and trauma in general, then yeah, you can say that's something everybody goes through. But don't make it seem like this situation is not a very individual, isolated situation between you and your white or ex-boyfriend. I was about to say boyfriend. So I don't like this. The whole, well, you know, this isn't just this me. And a lot of black women go, no, a lot of black women don't go through what you're going through.
I know I'm not alone, and I want to make sure that you know you aren't either. On days where I feel most inadequate, I have to remind myself that I am, have been, and will always be more than enough. Look, we love, we hurt, we heal, but always remember that your story is yours to tell. And you never know whose life it may touch, because there is so much power in community and connection.
This is why she's getting drug on Twitter, because this video is so hypocritical. The thing is that what she's saying initially, by like just surface value, is not like totally off, and there's nothing wrong with giving a motivational video thing, even to, and I don't really do the gender thing, but if you're a black woman and you can relate to black women's experience, because as a black man I can't do that, so there's nothing wrong with you uniquely making a video specifically about black women and things that black women go through. I think more of that should happen, as well as the intent and reasoning behind it is good. The whole black girl, there's strength in the community and there's strength in this. What do you mean? You were just dating a white dude. You wasn't on this whole girl, we gotta stick together stuff. When black girl, we in this together. You wasn't on that before. Now when you break up with the white dude, now you want to come back to the community like, black girls, we gotta stick together. Like, stop that. I don't like that. The intent behind kind of trying to pro-black yourself up and walk back into the community like you're the strength of black women and you're carrying this weight as a black woman. I don't like that, because that's not the true intent behind this. That's not what you were on before. Now, if you were making videos like this before, there wouldn't be a problem, but that's not what you were on.
So, dear black girl, when the world gets dark and times get hard, when you feel like your back is against the wall and your hands are tied, like nobody knows or understands what it takes to be you, remember that you are a part of something way bigger. This is only a small chapter in your story. And if you need help, there are resources like therapy, prayer, and community to help you make it through. But most importantly, I want you to remember that you are loved, you are valued, you are allowed to take up space, you deserve protection, and your feelings, they matter too. Solely because you're a black girl. Sincerely, a black girl.
Now, like I said before, I don't necessarily have an issue with that type of video or that type of message. I don't think everything in the message was bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't necessarily see it. But the thing is that it's the intent. The intent is the most important thing. If you're not known for your platform being that way, and it's not, I will give 100% credit to what she said in the past when it was about the George Floyd thing. She's talked about issues of racism, systemic racism, all that stuff. So I will give her that. And I'm not saying that she has to be known as an activist or a love guru or anything like that, a motivational speaker, to even do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it as being a problem. But don't say things like, oh, they'll call you a traitor for falling in love, or they'll say you deserved it because you're a black woman. Like, no, don't try to tie what happened uniquely to you and try to make this a general thing that black women go through and being all like, black girl, I know what it's like. They do it to me, they do it to you. But you can't relate. Black women in general can't relate because they're not out here falling in love with white dudes. So don't try to make it seem like you're the representative or you can give some type of motivational speech or advice, and you've been in this situation and you're not even going to admit the fact that your situation is very unique. You can talk about the motivational stuff, but don't try to bring in love and all that stuff into it, because your situation is very different from the situation of the average black woman. Now, of course, we can't do anything without blaming the black men. So it's always, you got to blame black men. So we understand that. So, okay. Now, with this being said, I'm going to say I'm not dissing Kayla, and most black men were not really dissing Kayla. Most black people were kind of on some, y'all want this to be a big deal. We all told you so. Black men and black women were on some, we don't care. We kind of expected it. Nobody's surprised. It was the divestors who was like, how could this happen? How could this happen? And the black men who are saying things about it, we're not speaking necessarily to Kayla, but we're speaking to the divestors. But of course, you have people who find a way, just find a way, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter how reach of it is, they find a way to blame black men. So we have stuff like this on Twitter. It's crazy BM, which is black men, really made Kayla Nicole a villain. She left that white guy over a year ago and said nothing about the relationship. Since then, she's been consistently harassed by his fans, his new girlfriend's fans, and black men who are mad she dated him over a year ago. Y'all weird AF. Now, here's the thing. They did break up, or at least there was rumors that they broke up sometime last year in May. Now, the rumor was that he left her, not that Kayla left him. The rumor is that he left her like he leaves all his black girlfriends. That's always been the thing. And this is why people have been saying, okay, eventually he's going through this thing. He's going to run through a whole bunch of black girls, and then he's going to wind up with a white woman, which is what happened. Black men are not making Kayla a villain. She's not a villain. If anything, she's naive as to what really went on. She's naive into thinking that she was going to have a long-lasting relationship, and it's not just been black men. It's been black men and black women being all like, Kayla, you're with a white dude who's broken up with multiple other black girls before. He's gonna break up with you, and he's gonna get with a white man. Why are you acting surprised about that? Why is anybody acting surprised about that? Black men are not making her a villain. Then she continues in the thread. She says, it's crazy how his new relationship caused all this hysteria. I watched for 2 weeks straight. Y'all go in and call this girl all kinds of heralds, posting her pictures in comparison. That girl hadn't said nothing about this man or his girl. Now, to be very honest, the way Twitter and social media responded, they responded like he broke up with her in 1 week and then the next week he got with Taylor Swift, which is not accurate to what happened. But that's the way the community responded, and everybody was outraged about that. Now, them posting her pictures in comparison, everybody was saying that Kayla was way more attractive than Taylor Swift. So them posting her pictures was not to make her look bad. A lot of people initially were on her side. A lot of people were defending her, saying like, hey man, I don't know why he decided to get with this white girl when he had this black girl and she's way more attractive. That's what everybody, or what the people who are posting their pictures in comparison, that's what they were saying, and that's what their intent was behind posting those pictures. Then it continues to say, and when I said black men made her the villain, it's because they really broke my widow heart to see y'all's public disdain, degrade, and downplay of a woman that looks like you and never said anything bad about y'all. Inviting more space for, quote, them to talk down on her is crazy. Woman, what are you talking about? Nobody was degrading. Black men were not degrading her, and nobody had no public disdain of her. People were saying, yeah, he's going to get with a white girl. People were not even saying that necessarily about Kayla. And it's very interesting that you have all this smoke for black men, but you don't have smoke for the white man that left her for a white woman. Now, had this been a black man that left her for a white woman, it would be, oh my God, black men love white women. Black men can't stay away. Black men don't really care about. That's what they would be saying if Travis was a black man. But because Travis is white, you don't want to say anything about Travis, but you want to point the finger at black men who were not degrading her or anything. Black men, a lot of which were really responding to all the hysteria from the swirlers and divestors online saying, ha, you guys think that white men are better, and they're not. Nobody is trying to degrade Kayla Nicole specifically. That's not what happened at all. She continues to say, y'all keep saying she said something about black men, but have yet to show me where. Now, if she said something, some people have been saying that she said something kind of disparaging about black men before. I personally have not seen her say anything like that, so I'm not going to say she has. And I looked through her Instagram, like from where it is now all the way to the beginning. I haven't seen that, so I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But okay, let's say, people just make stuff up. Then she continues to say, lastly, y'all keep saying black women started her comparison, but we were able to pull receipts that it was in fact a man. But let's say black women did. Why did they decide to join in and call her a gold-digging angry hoe in defense of a random white couple? That's not weird to y'all? And the thing is that nobody was bashing her. Nobody was demoralizing her, demeaning her. Nobody has any disdain for her. Nobody was doing that. Okay. Now, you can say that about the, Taylor Swift fans or whatever the case is. You can say that about them. You can't say that about black men. Most black men were not doing that. You have some trolls like, oh, why would you marry her? And she's taking provocative pictures or whatever the case is. But most black men were not on that page. So I don't like how they're trying to make it seem, or that woman, I will say, is trying to make it seem like it's this general thing, like, oh my God, black men, but you're not going to get on the fact that a white dude left black women, because she's not the first, but white dudes sitting up there sleeping around with black women, and then when he's ready to kind of, settle down or whatever the case is, and now he's moved on to a white woman. Now, if Travis was black, and I said it before, if Travis was black, it would be, oh, black men don't love black women. Black men want a white woman. Oh, black women are so alone. And it would have been that. And they would have got mad at Travis. Notice how nobody is really getting mad at Travis about his decision. People are disappointed, but she's not sitting up there trying to point the finger at Travis. She's sitting up there getting mad at black men for something that we didn't do. Overall, the reason why anybody said anything about her video is because it comes off as very dishonest, disingenuous, and, to be honest, a little hypocritical, because you're talking about all this community, all this blackness or black girl and all that stuff, but you weren't on that before. You weren't on no community stuff before. You were sitting up there, you were just being a model, and nothing's wrong with that. You were just being a model. And then now that there's some controversy between your ex-boyfriend and Taylor Swift, now you want to come out like, black girl, I know what it's like. Like, that's what people are calling out, black men and black women. It's not just black men. There's sisters like, I can't relate to dating no white dude. So both black men and black women are on the same page as far as that's concerned, but nobody's bashing her. Now, family, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think about this situation as far as what she said in her video, as far as the Taylor Swift and Travis thing? What do you think about that in the comment section below, or the comment from Twitter? Let me know that in the comment section below. Also, you should be following me on my various social media platform, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and Afro Elite on Twitter. With that being said, brothers, please do not forget to leave that like button, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, because all of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel, and we're on our way to 10K because of you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Now, with that being said, my brothers and sisters, B1 salute to every single last one of you all, and you all have a good one.